Crazy bad. What are we going to do, color boys?
Float down the river for 5 days.
Float the river for 5 days or more.
Or more.
Well, here we go. Escalante River trip. '19 version. We're gonna do that again this year. Oh shit, Dylan, why'd you do that? You know you could have just pulled it out. There we are, getting ready to go. Went down the creek just a little bit and had to do some readjustment. You can see that the river is really a creek at this point. It's pretty small, pretty shallow. Yeah, I was laughing about them getting hung up on the rocks and stuff, but turns out we wouldn't be laughing long about it.
Careful your rope doesn't get hung up on that rock.
You can see Dylan stands up there. It's really shallow. There were quite a few spots where we were just dragging on the rocks the whole way. So I went in a Climate light wire dinghy, and it was awesome. Held up really good, super strong, pretty comfortable. The boys were both in Initex rafts, and the rafts just weren't quite as strong, Dylan's especially. It got many holes in the bottom of it. We stopped several times to fix holes. Dylan, the bottom of his raft had popped, had holes in it, and he was sitting pretty low in the water. He had a hard time seeing what was coming and navigating, and made it more difficult for him to row too. So, if anybody's watching this and you're thinking about doing the trip, I do not recommend those rubber rafts.
Boys. Day one, or kinda. Day first full day. Yay! We had to go around that stupid thing. So we stopped here for lunch. Even if it is kind of late in the day. It's awesome.
Weather was nice, at least. This was March. It wasn't real green. Maybe it was April. Maybe it was
Hey,
first
day
April.
2.5. Hi guys. We camped right over there, and it's kind of in the sun. Water's starting to flow better. Things are going faster. Even if we are late today, just like we are every day.
It's cold, okay?
Open up the boats, trying to get the ice out of them. Awesome. See you later. That'd be awesome.
Stopped here. Look, you can see Dylan's raft's completely flat. We decided to stop and have lunch and do some major repairs on it. Boys were afraid to pop the raft right here, so they stopped, and they're going to carry their rafts up on the shore and around. I ran this raft that I'm on into sticks and logs and rocks and everything. These flat bottom rafts, they don't have a keel or anything, so they're lots of spinning around and just lazy floating. Pros and cons, you know. I think if I would have been in a kayak, we would have really been on bottom. We would have done a lot more hiking than floating. Really cool. We're gonna do this trip again. Hopefully the water's a little higher. Planning to go a little later in the year. Hopefully things will be greener. This area flash floods at least twice a year, and so every time we go down it, it'll be a little different, but sure is pretty. They did a lot of spinning around here, trying to give you scenery shots, I guess. Weather was nice, but it was still chilly. Everybody's in full wetsuits, and I wore a jacket the whole time, and I think Andy and Dylan wore theirs the whole time as well. Quite a bit of the trip was just like this, real slow water, just floating along. That tree right there had fallen over into the river and had to hike around. Another really good thing about the climate pack was, or raft, was it's super light, so I just left it hooked on my pack, strapped on my pack, and hiked over here. Wait for the boys there. A little more difficult to move those bigger rafts.
Okay, Andrew.
We tried a couple of different things. We tried tying Dylan's raft to our raft, and that way you could navigate a little better. Eventually, we just came up with this, where Dylan would be in between us. Either Andy'd be first or I'd be first, and Dylan would just kind of follow us around, bumping into him, giving a little push.
Look over here. So awesome. My lot. This is my lot.
I laid down in the raft there, but my backpack and camera were up higher and smacked right in the log. Picked up a little hitchhiker here too. There he goes. So at some point in here we stopped and talked about it and decided with Dylan's raft the way it was, and Andy's was leaking as well, that we were just going to hike out. So rather than finish the river trip up, we turned it into a hiking trip. So this was day 3 on the river, and we decided to call it quits right here. So when we do the trip this year, we're either going to start right back where we did at the bridge, or we're going to go right back in there. Finish the trip up that we didn't finish last year. This is it, walking out, put the camera away at this point, and the GoPro up and took out the camera, so the rest of it's just pictures. Just us in the beginning, one of the campsites. It's the same campsite, I think. The other picture was all crooked, so I threw that one in. Dry their clothes every night. This is the 3rd day campsite on just before we hiked out. I hammock camped this trip, and it was nice. It was kind of cold at night, but wasn't too bad. Little mud tucked up under a cove there. All the bugs had dug it out. It was pretty cool looking. Aztec City. Dylan's nickname is Fish, and on the wall there's a fish. There's the road finally. We spent 2 days coming out, day and a half anyways. Can't see it, but that's where I spent the night, down there in the trees. The boys hitchhiked back to the truck, and game got me. So that's the end of that. This is where we're going to start